What's up, Team Tobias? What's up, Mansfield, Ohio? Literary Lens here with Ann Rose and Jackie Lipton. And today we're going to be talking about my dog who was injured. It was very sad.
Very sad.
Yes, I was literally making quesadillas. I know I had just made quesadillas, sat down, started eating, was like, these are so good. And then I hear boom, like that. And I was like, Dougie, because I thought he fell off, rolled off the windowsill, which is what he does sometimes. And after 5 seconds, I decided it sounded too loud and too hard. So I went to go look. And he sprawled out in a pool of his own blood. And all the other dogs are standing around him looking on like, what happened? Yeah. So I start shrieking. I don't remember what I was shrieking. His name, for one. So I scooped him up, and I think I might have still been in my pajamas. I don't know. And ran out to the car, got in the car, was speeding 70 miles an hour down the street. And I already thought he was gone because when I picked him up, he was limp and his eyes were open. And I was like, so I have my hand on him as I'm driving, and I can feel his little heartbeat. And I was like, oh my God, it's going to stop any minute. So I pull into the parking lot, and he's like, and snorts himself awake and like gags on blood.
Ooh.
Yeah. So this is the part where I'm not too sure about, because I just remember running in, carrying him, and screaming he fell. And then they took him, ran off with him, and put me in a room. And I'm sitting there, and maybe, I don't know, someone texted me. I think maybe it was Ann. Was it you?
It might have been me. Yeah, because I think we had plans to have a meeting or something that day.
Yes, yeah. And I just remember someone asking, is everything okay? And I said no. And then my mom showed up and was sitting with me. And then they came out and said, I don't even remember what they said, to be honest. But they had him sedated, said, come back. I said, can we see him? Because they wanted to hold him for a couple hours. They said, yeah. So I went back, and he was just like, yeah. Puppers. I know. So she said, we'll call you in a couple of hours. Like, be careful. Don't expect much. So I get the call. They say, come back, go back. And he's zonked out on meds, yada, yada, yada. And they're like, be prepared for him to go tonight. He's probably not going to wake up. Oh. And I was just like bawling my eyes out because he fell through the slats on the balusters on the loft, and he's looked down through them for 15 years and never fell. So I blame myself for not boarding them up 15 years ago like I should have. And miraculously, he makes it through the night. Take him to the vet the next morning. There you go. Okay. Well, let's keep going. Yeah, let's keep going. So more x-rays, more medicine. He's not eating. So every morning I'm taking him to the vet, and, they give me appetite stimulant, give it to him. I don't know. Must have been Wednesday morning. He didn't eat all day, and I'm panicking. And Wednesday was the first day I took a shower because it happened Monday. And Wednesday, I was just like, I'm not leaving his side those 2 days. And I only did because I got a doggy camera that I put so I could watch him on my phone. So then, the next morning he eats Thursday. And I'm like, oh no, it was Wednesday night he ate for the first time. And he gobbled it up, which was amazing. So he eats Thursday morning. And then, all day, I'm panicking, and I still had to work. I was still doing meetings and, texting and slacking and emailing. And I don't even particularly remember with whom or about what. I know we had a meeting Thursday that went really well. Friday, I took him and things were looking up, and she said, he looks good, but be prepared for the weekend. He may slide back, and if so, call us at this time. We're not here on the weekend, but we listen to the messages and we'll come meet you. And every day he just got better and better. And, usually he's my alarm clock. He wakes me up at 6 a.m. And since then, he hadn't been doing it. And then Saturday, I'm sleeping and I hear him like snarling, barking at 6 a.m. He's like, get the hell up, fatso, I'm hungry. So, he gets up, eats. Sunday, he's fine. I took him to the vet yesterday for his, I guess, quote unquote, final follow up. And he's, running around the office trying to find an escape. And they're like, oh, the miracle dog. And it's funny because the vet, I had sent them edible arrangements, like a whole big thing for the office, because no matter what, they prolonged his life however long it was. And the vet was very appreciative. She said, everyone thinks I'm hot shit now. My reputation has been, redeemed. Thank you so much. And I was like, oh, thank you. So that's the story with the dog.
So the dog made it.
Yeah, he's right here. He made it.
Aww. It's a happy ending.
Yeah, let me show you his he's had his where the stitches are, because I guess he cut his head.
Aww.
Yeah.
Poor thing.
I know.
Oh my god, what a cutie.
But he looks happy. He looks happy now.
He fell 15 feet.
Oh my gosh.
Onto the hard floor. It was a thud. I was like, I don't particularly remember how much it cost, to be honest with you.
$50,000. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, it might have been 800. It might have been 8,000. Who knows?
It was a lot, Lane. It was a lot. I can tell you that. My cat ate plastic this year and had to have surgery, and so it was a lot.
Telling me. Yeah. What about in pet insurance? I've seen pet insurance, and people say it doesn't cover anything.
I don't have it, obviously, so I cannot tell you how well that works or not.
Yes, my spouse has always been fairly skeptical about pet insurance, thinking apart from anything else, it probably would end up costing as much as whatever paying the vet would cost. And I have no idea what it covers. Chances are it wouldn't cover the things that our stupid cats do. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this brings a good writing topic.
Ooh, goody. I like good writing topics.
Right? So, this is the literary lens, so we should probably bring it back, right?
Okay.
So, this is the ultimate story of why the dog always has to live.
Yes, I love that. And Jenny Kiefer's This Wretched Valley, the whole reason I fell in love so deeply with it is because the dog lives, and our little tagline was "The dog lives."
Yeah, the dog has to live. Every human in any book can be murdered. They all can die. The dog has to live. That's the rules.
I like that.
That's my biggest beef about horror, is that the animals die. Like, that's the thing. I'm just like, no, the animals need to live.
No, yeah.
Butcher everyone, but the dog has to live.
Yeah, kill them all.
Yeah,
just not the dogs or the cats.
Yeah,
I agree.
Although I do think there is another writing topic here.
Oh,
which is about the writing life and keeping everything in perspective, because, whether it's your fur babies or your friends or your family, stuff happens. And, it is kind of important, if you can, to have a little bit of a network around you who can remind you that sometimes, some, as Lane said, you have to go to some meetings and whatever. But I think what was nice last week, I hope, for Lane, was that people came in and picked up the slack. When Lane couldn't answer the calls and stuff, someone would jump in and say, you look after the fur baby. And I do think it's important to keep life in balance and not beat yourself up if you're not being productive for whatever reason. I had meetings with clients last week who were worried that they couldn't, do their revision as quickly as they wanted to. And it's like, hey, there's stuff going on. Sometimes you need to pull back. So that is what I took from that episode.
That was a good one.
Yeah, because everyone did come out. I had Anne helping with stuff. I don't remember what. I had Jackie helping with stuff. I don't remember what. But it's true. And it made me realize it is incredible that authors who just happen to be parents, like Anne, who's an agent and an author and has kids. I don't know. Whatever. People know you have kids, I guess.
I'm sure they do.
I mean, it's incredible to be able to do anything other than that, because I didn't shower for 2 days because I was too busy, force feeding him medicine and food. And I don't know. I would not be a good biological parent. I mean, stepkids are fine.
I think you'd be okay, Lane.
Yeah.
I think so.
I think you basically showed that you could do it with your dog. So
Okay. It's good to know. Right, Marshall? It was so sad. He had little cuts on his nose. I know. Yeah, but I have a picture of his face. Of him
Not a
looking
gory one.
No, you could see his face look mushed.
No.
Yeah, it was so sad.
My cat decided to come out.
Oh.
Doesn't it look so sad?
Oh.
That's right when he got home. He's just like he got beat
really
bad. I know. Well, back to writing, and
me.
You went to a writer's
too, but
but you were at a writers' conference this weekend.
I was at a writer's conference. I was at Grubstreet Muse Marketplace in Boston.
I didn't know you went to Grubstreet.
How did you not know I went to Grubstreet?
You said it was a Boston Writers Conference. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure I said what it was.
If you said Grubstreet, I didn't pay attention to that, and I'm a horrible boss, obviously. But yeah, that's a very famous place.
Yeah, I mean it was a great conference. Lots of great people. They had a lot of great speakers. I will say from like an agenting perspective, like it was fast, and like we didn't really get a chance to like see each other there so much because it was just like boom, boom, boom. Everyone was kind of there. Bring them in, bring them out. So I feel like I kind of missed some, even though I went to the networking things, I don't feel like I got to network. It was everywhere that we went to network. It was so loud because there were so many people talking that we couldn't hear each other. So it was
massholes.
Is that because it's in Boston?
Okay. Yeah, because we're massholes. It's very loud. And Boston, because of Harvard and Grubstreet and Cambridge, it is like elitist HQ, which is why I always make the joke I'm an East Coast elitist.
Oh. I didn't realize how close the colleges were there though until I got there, and like my niece was driving me around and she's like, okay, this is, I guess Harvard, MIT, whatever.
Yeah.
Like they're all like right there. There's Boston University, they're all like kind of right there. So I didn't realize that they were like so connected in a lot of ways. But it was a good conference. I think writers got a lot out of it. So if you are a writer looking to go to a conference, I think it was probably really beneficial for writers because there was a lot of great talks and a lot of great opportunities to talk to professionals. And there were a lot of professionals in the publishing.
Were there?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, because there's a lot of publishers based in Boston.
Yeah, I mean, they brought people out too from other places. Caitlin Katsoupas from Bel Castro was there. I got to see her. Leslie, I'm going to butcher her last name. Let me look it up.
Please do.
Zampedi,
Zampetti, I think.
yeah, from Open Book Lit was there. I got to spend some time with her. I've talked to her online, but I've never had a chance to talk to her in person. So I got to talk to her. Kiki was there from Double Mass.
I adore Kiki.
Thank you. Yes, I was like,
Yes.
wait, Kiki's here, and I really need to tweet about it because they were like, yeah, Kiki's here. I'm like, where is she? So finally, on my last day, I went to grab a coffee from the Starbucks, and I was going back to my room, and I see Kiki, and she's about to check out. But I got to meet Kiki in person, and I'm like, I'm so
jealous.
fangirling because I love Kiki. So thank you, Kiki, for indulging me in a little conversation on your checkout time because you made my weekend for sure.
Do you know she's an award-winning screenwriter?
Kiki is? That's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised. She's so incredible.
I know. I read one of her scripts, I don't know, 30 years ago, and it was very cool, and it won some award.
That's awesome.
Yeah, some festival thing. Yeah, she's super cool.
So,
and actually, while we're talking about conferences, because we didn't record last week, I wanted to just do a shout out to the Ohio Writers Association, which ran its inaugural conference a week ago in Columbus, which was just a lovely event. I wasn't sure what to expect because they haven't done it before. And it wasn't the standard, meet editors and agents conference. It was much more just about writing and about the business and about the challenges we're facing with AI and how to produce audiobooks if you want to self-produce an audiobook. And there were poets and nonfiction writers and fiction writers. So if folks are in the, Midwest, that is actually, I think, going to shape up to be a lovely event. So I'm just giving them a plug and thanking them for having me.
Excellent. Yeah.
Good. I didn't realize it was the inaugural. Am I saying that right? I can't speak. Yeah,
it was the first one. They've had an organization for a while, but they've never had a conference, as I understand it. And they used an event space, a convention center at Ohio State University, which was a very nice area, very easy to get to, and had all the facilities, and they had a nice lunch, and just that really nicely done.
You all probably know, because I've been very scared, I'm going to StokerCon, and I realize it's in like 2 weeks. Yeah, and it's my first conference in like 5 or 6 years.
This is the one that's in LA, right? You're going to California?
San Francisco?
What? You're going to my hood? You're going to my hometown?
Yeah. Oh, remember we were gonna go and we were gonna stay at your.
Oh, but that's in San Diego.
San Diego.
Oh, I'm going to San Diego then.
Okay.
San Diego.
All right.
Obviously.
You and I are gonna need to talk because I'm gonna send you to some restaurants while you're there. Okay.
Okay. I actually managed to stay at the hotel, so I didn't rent a car because I almost never get to stay at the hotel because I'm so laissez-faire, freewheeling that I register too late, and just by chance, and I only registered like a month ago, and they were amazing to let me register. I have no idea how there was still a room available. Someone must have canceled.
What hotel is it?
Let me look it up, actually.
Well, good thing that they have all those delivery food services there too. So if you have to, you could just still get the food delivered to you.
Oh, that's right. Grubhub, San Diego. What's that big fancy, the river? Hold on.
It has been a while for me, but I remember having a lovely trip to San Diego with some really nice scenery and some really nice food and walking around. And that is a very walkable city.
Oh, here it is. San Diego Marriott Mission Valley.
Oh, you're in Mission Valley. Okay, you're central. There's so much stuff around there. But not places. There's some places that aren't near there that I would love for you to go to. But yeah, we'll talk. But yeah, Mission Valley is a great area. I'll send you a list.
Yeah. You didn't go to the place I suggested you go in Boston. You didn't get to see the Spite House.
I didn't get to see it because you told us too late. If we would have had that
Emma
information
Stone lives there. Emma Stone lives there. She should have known to take you to the Spite House.
I'm pretty sure she had a picture of it on her wall, just so you know.
Good.
But so I saw a drawing of it.
Oh, was it like a picture or just a drawing?
It was like an artist rendition of the area, and so someone had gifted her this artist's work, and so I was like, it could be that. And she's like, oh, what, the Spite House? I literally pointed at it. She's like, oh, what, the Spite House? And I was like, yeah, like we're supposed to go see. There just wasn't time.
Yeah.
Next time, I'm going back. I'm coming back, Lane. I'm coming
in
back.
July. I know you told me.
That's what it sounds like.
What was I going to ask? I was going to ask something, and I don't remember what it was. Something that. The Harvard Bookshop.
I didn't go to it.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I didn't go to it.
I've been to it, but a long time ago.
It's
I
like
went to one bookstore while we were there.
What bookstore? Barnes and Noble?
No, it was this cute little bookstore that had like this little hobbit door, and like you walked in through this little hobbit area, and like there was a cafe at the bottom, or you went out and you went up the stairs to the red door, and it was like a house, but it was bookstore, and you had to go up like 3 stories to get to like the kids section. And do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
What's it called?
I don't remember.
It was adorable. Well, whatever that bookstore is, thank you. Your bookstore is amazing. I really loved it. So
there's a bookstore on the Cape that I always get wrong. It's Isaiah Thomas. And it's this cute little clapboard pink house. And you walk in and there's no room to move because it's all books. And there's a cat. A cat stalks the place. Not a ghost cat, a real cat. But it's still funny to see the cat stalking you during the stacks. Through the stacks.
That's amazing. I went to a bookstore like that here in my area. It's called Books in the Woods, I think it's called.
Oh,
and like it looks like a house, and you walk in and it's literally like an explosion of books everywhere. Like it's mazes of books. And they have a dog.
What kind of dog?
I don't know. Cute. They have a cute dog. I don't know dog. I don't know breeds. I just know it was cute. It was a cute dog. I think I have a picture of it. I'll find it. I'll send it to you.
Here it is. Isaiah Thomas Books. On the Cape. Let me get the address for people. Open Tuesday to Saturday, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Sunday to 5 p.m. Why don't they have the... Oh, it's in... Oh, weird. It says 4632 Falmouth Road, Cutuit, Mass. And why do places not open on Mondays? Why is that a thing?
I know that hair salons generally aren't open on Mondays.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think if you take the view that small businesses don't want to be open 7 days a week, but they have to be open on the weekends because people work during the week. So if you want to buy a book or get your hair done, you have to do it on the weekend. So you really have to pick another day to not be open.
Okay, that makes sense. Final thoughts on conferences?
If you have never been, check, and you can afford it. A lot of them have scholarships. Grubstreet had a ton of scholarships that they awarded this year, and they were able to bring a lot of writers in. So go to one if you can do it, and look into scholarships because I think they're great, and it's a great way to connect with community, meet professionals, and just refill that creative well, I think. So.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. And I tend to be someone who's often very uncomfortable in a new setting, a new situation. And, I kind of think, well, don't let that freak you out. So if you are feeling like, oh, I just can't stand in the noisy room with all the people, then just go up to your room and, have a cup of tea and watch some television and come down the next morning. I know it feels like, particularly when you pay, you want to get like every second out of it. But I think sometimes it's nice just to be more relaxed and, because so many writers are introverts and are not people who are good at the 24/7 relating to people. And don't beat yourself up. If you pay money for a conference and you don't go to every single thing, I don't think that matters at all.
It's actually a good point, really quickly, because I had some great conversations with some writers at the Starbucks while I was waiting for my
Mhm.
coffee, even more so than I was able to at
Mhm.
these parties where everyone was at, because it was so loud. I couldn't hear anything. So, yeah, I had much better conversations with one-on-one with some writers right in the Starbucks.
Yeah, I'm super nervous but excited for StokerCon.
They'll be fun.
Yeah. So, Anne, why don't you take us out?
Oh, okay. This has been Lane Haymon and Jackie Lipton and me, Ann Rose, with the Literary Lens from the Tobias Literary Agency. So make sure you like, subscribe, and, be good to your furry friends because they got to live in the end.